Who is the FBI really looking for in WandaVision? It is Wednesday, my dudes, which means that we are one step closer to having a whole new series of shapes and images to speculate wildly about whether or not they are in fact Mephisto on a brand new episode of WandaVision. But until then, we're still unraveling the series' many mysteries thus far, namely, who's the subject of the FBI's missing persons case that was mentioned in episode 4, we interrupt this program. While this is still pure speculation for the time being, well, we have a theory, and if we're right about this, that could be considered a spoiler. Likewise, if you haven't watched WandaVision yet, so if you're worried about that kind of thing, go find the nearest TV and catch up already.
I need a TV. An old one. Like, not flat.
In WandaVision episode 4, we learned the inciting event that led to the FBI and S.W.O.R.D to discover Wanda had taken over the town of Westview is a missing persons case. Now remember, half the known universe unblipped a mere 3 weeks prior, so there were probably a lot of missing persons cases out there. What makes this one so important, though, is as revealed by amateur sleight of hand magician and FBI agent Jimmy Woo, they were also in the witness protection program. So who could this mystery witness in need of protection actually be? Bones? Well, let's use the process of elimination. Later on in the episode, Jimmy and S.W.O.R.D positively identify almost everyone in town. There are 3 characters, though, that we've heard mentioned by name so far that are not identified. Agnes, Dottie, and Agnes is often mentioned but never seen husband Ralph.
Ralph, my husband, Ralph.
Now, given that Jimmy refers to the missing person with male pronouns, our best guess and the general online consensus seems to be that whoever he really is, Ralph is almost definitely our missing person. Now, some people believe it's going to be a major character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe because when asked about whether or not WandaVision would also have a cameo on par with The Mandalorian bringing back, spoiler alert, Luke Skywalker, Elizabeth Olsen told TV Line yes, and that she's really excited for viewers to see what's coming. So clearly, Ralph is either going to be a character or an actor that people are genuinely stoked to see. Now, rumors have swirled about Benedict Cumberbatch appearing as Doctor Strange in a cameo role at the end of this series, which makes a lot of sense because this series will directly tie into the events of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but it wouldn't really qualify as Ralph or the missing persons case. Now, unconfirmed reports have also circulated about Evan Peters making an appearance in this series as Wanda's dearly departed brother Quicksilver.
You didn't see that coming?
No, not that Quicksilver, the other Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men movies. We did a whole video about this. Where were you? Anyway, that too could actually be a misdirection. Now, Peters, if he does appear, could actually be playing an adult version of Wanda's super fast son Tommy, who becomes the superhero Speed. But that wouldn't really explain the Ralph of it all, so while this guest appearance could technically happen, he likely isn't our missing person. Now, our favorite option for who Ralph could be is tied up in some messy comic book history involving Wanda, the Vision, and even the upcoming villain of the Falcon and Bucky show, Baron Zemo. I am, of course, referring to Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man. He's been an Avenger, Wanda's lover, the basis of Vision's personality matrix, a movie star, and a criminal. The last of which could be a way to set up a thread for the Falcon and Bucky show and explain why he might be in witness protection in the first place. Because before he was a superhero and an Avenger, Simon Williams was a rich playboy, the son of a wealthy industrialist whose family lost everything after Stark Industries basically drove them out of business. Now, Simon tried to embezzle money from his family's failing company and wound up getting involved with the Maggia crime families, which in turn led to him facing a lengthy prison sentence. But rather than just go to prison and serve his time, he blamed Tony Stark for all of his ill fortunes, and he agreed to undergo experiments to give him superpowers administered by none other than the villainous Baron Zemo, the main antagonist in the Falcon and Bucky show. Now, thankfully, Simon didn't fully break bad, and he betrayed Zemo, helping the Avengers to defeat him. But during that fight, Simon seemingly died. In truth, he fell into a coma, and Tony Stark recorded his brainwaves, storing them in a computer just in case. In case of what? Who knows? Now, those brainwaves were eventually implanted into the Vision, which is why he's able to experience human emotions and fell in love with Wanda. Now, basically, when Wanda chose the Vision, she chose the synthezoid version of Wonder Man over the flesh and blood version. At least that's how Simon saw it. You know, it's all this incredibly messy saga, and Eric Diaz has a fantastic breakdown for you over on Nerdist, which I will link to in the description below, but what makes Simon the perfect answer for who Ralph and this missing person really are is that it could also easily fulfill the super secret cameo element too. Did you know that Simon Williams nearly appeared in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? In a Facebook post, James Gunn revealed that his BFF Nathan Fillion appeared as Simon Williams on a series of fake movie posters that were going to be included in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, unfortunately, that cameo was ultimately cut, but those posters live on. And so perhaps Simon too could also live on in the form of a long-awaited Nathan Fillion appearance in the MCU, this time as Ralph.
Ralph, my husband, Ralph.
And did I mention that he's already appeared in the background as concept art in an official behind-the-scenes video of WandaVision? Because Wonder Man has already appeared in the background as concept art for an official behind-the-scenes video for WandaVision, so I'm not saying he's there, but he might be. But how would Simon fit in as Ralph? Well, with his criminal past and connections to the mob, it's easy to imagine how Simon could wind up under the FBI's protection. Plus, with the revelation that Wanda is puppeting Vision's dead body in the world's creepiest version of playing house, and the fact that the Mind Stone is no longer in the picture, perhaps someone like Simon and his brainwaves could be the key to restoring Vision to the land of the living. And if Wanda's idea of happiness and domestic bliss is derived largely through TV and pop cultural exports, then a movie star like Simon Williams might make the perfect person on whom to remodel her synthezoid spouse. Plus, Simon was originally from New Jersey, and while it might seem counterintuitive to hide him in his home state, hiding someone like Simon in plain sight might actually be the best course of action. Now, we've also had clues about Wonder Man's brother, the villainous Grim Reaper, who has a strong comic book connection to both Wanda and Vision as well. In Tom King and Gabriel Hernandez Walters' The Vision series, on which this series is partly inspired, Vision's wife murders Grim Reaper and buries him under their house, which we've seen referenced in the opening of WandaVision Episode 2. Likewise, there's Agnes's brooch, which I'm fairly certain is a depiction of Hecate, the goddess of witchcraft, and the Three Graces, and it also seems to depict a scythe, which could in fact be an oblique reference to Grim Reaper's presence as well. Now, of course, all of that said, we could be wrong about this. I've seen people online theorizing about who this mystery cameo could be, including everyone from Tony Stark to Magneto to Stan Lee. There's also a chance that Ralph and the cameo are not the same person, but something tells me we are on the right track with this line of thinking, even if it doesn't wind up being Wonder Man. That said, we'll just have to wait and see what happens when the latest episode of WandaVision drops on Disney Plus this Friday. Anyway, folks, there you have it, our best theories for who Jimmy Woo and the FBI could be searching for in WandaVision. But in the meantime, tell us, what do you think? Do you buy these theories? Who's this mystery cameo? Who's the missing person really gonna be?
Ralph, my husband, Ralph.
Let's discuss in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, stay tuned to Nerdist.com.